Yo, what's up, world? What is going on? I'm here to chat with Reddit, see how it goes. I'm going live to add a chat room. So I'm going to add people. Join the chat room if you would like. This is streaming. So we can talk about life, love, and where the dead bodies are buried. So enter the chat, world. And then we unmute. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the chat. We are streaming live. So I want people to come and talk about life, love, and where the dead bodies are buried. We're going to talk about everything we can just to make new friends here on the subreddit. So those who are just now tuning in, raise your hand and get on in. So when you put this on the screen so people can see it. Those who are wondering on the chat, in the Reddit chat, I am live streaming this chat, just talking about life, talking about things, talking about art, talking about anime, talking about gaming. Come on in and raise your hand so we can talk about stuff. Let's see, anyone raise their hands? What's up? People are raising their hands now. Let's see, if I go this way. People are raising their hands. Let's bring them up as we go. Let's see, invite to speak. Invite to speak. Yo, what's up, man? What's going on? Let's see.
How was your day going?
It's going good. How's your day going?
Pretty good. I'm only gonna stay about like 40 minutes, 50 minutes, but super happy to participate in this little chat about life, love, and the other thing that's in the title. I can't read it all.
Life, love, and where the dead bodies are buried. That's what it's all about.
Oh, okay. So why don't we just get that out of the way? Like, so where did you bury the bodies?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Where's everybody burying their bodies at? You can be burying your.
Thing is under the porch, but the puzzle is going to be which porch is it actually under? Like, is it under my porch? Is it under the porch of my neighbor? It is it may be under the porch of one of you. I've targeted you. But hi.
Hello.
This is like Among Us.
So let you know, this live chat is being live streamed on Reddit. So everyone can see it on the Distant Socializing subreddit. So do not talk about anything you're not supposed to. Do not say any racial slurs. Do not say anything that may offend people if you can, if it's okay. I'm opening the chat to 13 up if it's okay. Or we can go 18 up. But as long as everybody stays somewhat PG-13. If that's okay.
Sounds great.
So what's everybody into today? Is everybody getting off work? Everybody going to bed? What's going on, everybody?
Wait, I wanted to mention I'm burying myself under covers right now because I'm sick.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
I hope you feel better.
Yeah, I hope you feel better, man.
Is it the corona?
You got Miss Rona.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm so sorry, friend. That is awful.
Yeah. Is it your first time having the Rona?
It is, yeah. Also, hate to be that person, but I'm actually a she. I know my voice doesn't sound like that, especially because I'm sick.
You're okay. That's what
You're okay. We're not judging your voice.
No, you're fine.
Did you get the vaccine, by the way, or no?
Yeah, I did. So I guess it's not as bad as it could be.
Are vaccines like still free, or do you have to like pay for them now since it's been a while?
Here in the U.S., they're so free.
Mm,
I'm in Canada, so it's always free.
Gotcha.
I love that.
Are you feeling any better, or is this like at the beginning of it?
This is pretty much the beginning of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I took an Advil though, and I'm like a really light person, so like my entire body is like numb right now.
Do you mind if I ask what kind of symptoms you're feeling? Do you feel like head fogginess, just coughing, a lot of breathing stuff, or is it more of a what about experience? What about your experience? Is there to note?
Um, at least as of right now, I have a bit of a sore throat and my like nose is kind of stuffy, but like I haven't had. Oh, and I was sore too. But I haven't had any like problem. Like I haven't had any problems breathing or coughing or anything like that. So
I'm really glad to hear that. That's
Yeah.
always positive.
It could always be worse, so you're doing great, sweetie.
thank you.
We're very proud of you.
As long as you're quarantining, right? You're not giving no
Yeah.
elderly people around you or anything like that.
I live with 4 immunocompromised people.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
No.
Actually, one of them gave it to me.
Oh,
So
okay. So that's fair.
yeah. So I'm just like I'm out here. Like I was living on my own for a couple of years and I never got it. And of course I moved back home and I'm like not going out and doing stuff because I'm just focusing on my own like career stuff. And of course I get it.
Well, I for me personally, the one thing I see is as a adult, who does not come in contact with children, like anybody under the age of like 15 at this point, I just don't come in contact with, not by choice, but just at the moment. And everybody else that I see that is coming in contact with children under 15, they are definitely getting the brunt of those cases, and not necessarily like they're responsible for it or anything like that. It's just the way that everybody kind of operates.
Yeah, I don't know where it like originally came from, but it was just somebody at my mom's work. She doesn't work with children, but I imagine those people have children.
Yeah, aren't children just the worst? Jesus.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't like children.
Absolutely.
They're just running around giving Rona. Come on.
I was at the corner store the other day, like this was like a week ago or so, and this kid was like talking to his friends and he was like, yo, you guys want to know something funny I did? I had the virus, but I went to school anyway because I was bored. And I was like, that's great. You're ruining everything. Stupid kid. I
Yeah,
guess honestly.
I have 2 kids, and my one kid got it from school, and he brought it home and he gave it to me. So I feel it.
I was just kidding, guys. I mean, I don't have anything personally against kids, but that does suck. That individual was like, I'm gonna go spread it at my school.
With like all my years in retail, I've just grown a disdain for them. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Kids like dogs, they're germ factories. It's just part of life. It's okay. It's a part of growing up. But man, do they have so many like viruses on them.
What's the scariest thing that's ever happened to you guys? Besides viruses and getting sick, I guess. Or maybe if you had a really bad flu, maybe that'd be one.
Well, actually, recently, like a week ago, my mom got really sick and had to go to the hospital for a week, so that was pretty scary. Yeah, so that's recently. So I visited her last Friday, and she's back at home now, but she's just really weak, and it was just like really hard to see somebody you love in that situation, where they're just like super weak, and you don't know what's going on. I think she's gonna have to get surgery to remove her gallbladder. So hopefully that goes well.
See,
Best wishes.
That sounds really painful.
yeah, my so the scariest thing I went through with was my mom had cancer in the uterus. So he had to get it to hysterectomy and to get it out. And she was real sick for like months. Had to go through chemo and everything because it spread from her uterus to her body. She's doing fine now, so thank God.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, man.
Can I say something now?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I've just been waiting for when it was my turn to talk. So the scariest thing that's happened to me, I mean, among the past 3 years of my life, a lot of scary shit has happened. Sorry, ignore that noise. It was about 16 months ago now. I got arrested, and I was supposed to be at the detention center for like a week, and I ended up being there for like 6 fucking months.
Holy shit.
They couldn't figure out where to put me, so they ended up releasing me after those 6 months. So you can imagine that was fun.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry that happened
That's
to you.
rough.
I'm 17.
Oh my
I'm
god.
so sorry that happened to you. If you'd ever like to talk about it, let me know. But I'm so sorry that happened to you. That is terrible.
Is it too personal if we ask what happened? Why you got to go to detention center?
I got arrested for assaulting someone, which, yes, I did do, but I was trying to... I locked myself in a room to be left alone, and they didn't leave me alone because I was having a mental breakdown.
Oh yes. Mental illness is so freaking. Ugh.
Yeah, people don't know how to leave people alone. I deal with that with my friends.
Yeah, I think nowadays, like the social climate's just about button pushing and whatnot.
I feel like people are looking for an answer and looking for a resolution right away. And we've lost sight that, sometimes those answers take a lot of time.
Yeah, I'm going to be turning 18 here in about 9 months. So
You're almost there.
I know what I want to do with my life. I'm just not sure how easy it's going to be.
Like what you want to do career wise,
I
life
want
wise.
to be a psychiatrist to help other people like me.
That's really cool.
That is actually really
That's
nice.
really
Yeah.
awesome.
Thing is, it's going to require like 10 years of college
Oh
and
god.
a doctorate degree where I likely will have to write like a 100-page paper to get.
Yeah. I don't
Can
like
Can
academia.
I make a recommendation?
Sure.
So write down a list of like what you're trying to accomplish, by offering this service, and see if there's something else that matches exactly what you're trying to do. So it might not necessarily be, go get a psychiatry degree and, prescribe medications. It could be, being a
Mental
not a
health.
mental health therapist, but also a mental health advocate who can help, people who are having a hard time explaining what's going on. You can help. You can be that barrier between the medical professional and the patient to just be like, hey, this is my understanding of what's going on, because I think some of that may be lost.
Okay.
Yeah, that's absolutely great advice. Actually, what I would recommend if you want to go down that road is there's a platform called Seven Cups. And basically, I don't know if anybody you are familiar with the platform, but you can anonymously go there and just talk about whatever's going on, like mentally or any of that stuff. And you can also become a listener, which is, I think, pretty valuable because that skill set to be able to just sit with the person and, have them tell you what is going on in their life, whether it be good or bad, is so valuable. I feel like, especially in the profession that you're going in, you just have to develop a ton of empathy for people, but like also have that objective lens and not be too attached, to the emotions involved. So that's what I've been doing to, volunteer my time as regards to like mental health, and it's just, I think, such a great way to get yourself in that, I guess, particular field because it's free.
Okay.
That's amazing. Could you? I don't know how to like get that information from you, but I would love to hear more about that.
Oh, just if you Google 7 Cups, and I just recommend if you need anybody to talk to, like go there anyways because it's such a great platform. Like there's so many people that just genuinely want to listen to you and see that your situation improves. So
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your perspective.
So when I was in therapy myself, yeah, I when I was getting better, I was like, oh, I want to be a therapist myself. And they were like, oh, you have to be at least 25 years old in the UK to be able to coach people. But they were like, but you can volunteer for the Samaritans, which is our way of crisis center. So I've been volunteering for the Samaritans myself. So when like people call that number, I'm on the other side. But yeah, you need to be 25 to be an actual therapist yourself.
So are you talking about like the suicide lifeline for your country?
Yeah, so the suicide helpline on our side is called the Samaritans.
Yeah.
And I'm a Samaritan myself. I'm on the other side of the call for the hotline number.
All right.
I just want to say one thing that helped me to get through therapy while going to school. There's a lot of student psychiatrists out there, and it's free. If you go to university, it's free through the university to have therapy. The university I went to, that is. I'm not sure if any other universities did that. And
Yeah.
and then also, as you go to be a psychiatrist, I'm going to school to be a physician assistant. I'm in my undergrad right now. I have 1 year left. And I want to go into psychiatry as well. But I want to be a physician assistant, be a doctor assistant to that psychiatrist. Because I have a lot of baggage. I don't know if that's gonna translate well, too well to that kind of thing. But see how it goes. But yeah, good luck on your adventure, man. To do that.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Mhm.
mm,
I had an unfortunately really bad experience with the therapy that was offered at my university. I hope that nobody has to go through like having a bad therapist because it's really damaging. But another option that is like pretty affordable is going and finding people who are like master's candidates because they don't typically charge as much. Yeah, my therapist right now is like a master's candidate. So at least until she gets her master's, I'm paying not that much.
nice. I was wondering if anybody knew. Do you have to necessarily be enrolled in college or university to utilize these resources, or is it just students? I get it.
So with my therapist, sorry if anyone's going to jump in. The therapist, it was
I'm so sorry. You're breaking out a lot. Can you
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear
Is
you
that-
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, grand. So with my therapist, it was a charity organization, but you pay what you can afford. So it was every week you pay what you can afford. And it was like they ask for your salary, yearly salary, and to be honest, I paid 20 quid a week, £20 a week. I don't know what that is in dollars. And
Yeah, what about that American money?
$22.
Thank you so much.
So, yeah.
I was being facetious. Thank you.
What is healthcare like for you? I mean, I don't know if everybody lives in America, or the majority of us, but how hard is it for you guys to get access to the services like counseling, therapy, psychiatry, all that kind of stuff? Is there like a huge, I guess, what is the word? Filter? Like, are you just discouraged doing it, or is it pretty accessible where you live?
What, in the UK?
Just anywhere in general. Anybody can answer the question, honestly.
If I just jump in the UK quickly, it's we have free therapy sessions here in the UK, but the wait list is weeks long. It can take up to 10 weeks for you to join a therapy session, and then when you join the therapy session, it can be like group therapy, which doesn't always work for everyone. Like for myself, it didn't work for me because it took me 12 weeks to join a therapy session, and I was in a group therapy session, and it didn't work for me at all. So I had to go through this charity session, which I was paying every week to do so.
Can I ask a follow-up question in this regard? Do you feel like I know you said that the group therapy did not work for you. Was there a specific type of therapy that bordered on that line of therapy that you felt did work for you?
What with my what with the therapy myself?
Correct.
Yeah, there was the therapy sessions that worked for myself were one-to-one. The group therapies did not work for me. So there was this charity therapy sessions that I waited for 5 to 6 weeks before getting into. Group therapy works for a lot of people, but it didn't work for me because a lot of people don't have the same issues as myself. And there's a lot of people that do have issues that they share with myself. But with the charity sessions, I was able to just go one-to-one and just pay. I think it was like a tenner a week for myself. And I was able to talk about just my individual issues.
So on that note, do you feel like there was a there's a structure that worked better for you in terms of a group versus a one? I know you said group therapy didn't work for you. Did you notice, if you know the specifics, which kind of structured therapy really made an effect on you?
I'm sorry, I don't really understand the question. Could you ask it again, please?
I'm so sorry. I only heard like every second or third word there.
Oh, it's all good. I think so her question was is there any form of structured therapy that you feel like worked best for you? And I think you might have elaborated on this when you said the one-on-one sessions are super valuable. I feel the same way. I haven't been to therapy in a while, but I've learned certain techniques from therapy, and like most of the time it's just about asking the right questions and seeing, like, I'm not going to actually generalize this, I'm not going to say too much on it actually, but yeah, I feel like here in the United States it's much harder than other countries to get mental health services, but it's not like impossible, but it is more challenging for sure. Most of the time therapists require like insurances just to have them be at like an affordable price. A lot of them have paced sliding scales, which based on your economic position, they're able to help if you're in need. So thankfully there's a lot of that. And then I think Matts and Bellbites elaborated on this earlier, where the universities, the people who are pursuing a master's or PhD or whatever, most of the time they offer services that are super affordable. So if you have a university around you, the recommendation is always like, oh, check, I guess I don't know what department it would be in the university, but there's always some kind of like mental health services there where there are people willing to take you on for like no price, or like $10 or $20.
And a lot of them, you just need a student ID. Here in the United States, you just need a student ID to be enrolled in therapy at the university.
Yeah,
So at the
but your
Right, but isn't
therapy is
there,
also different.
people that don't go to school?
Yes.
Because oh, sorry.
So at my university, it was students who were studying to be therapists. They were usually our student services, so they could practice, I guess, at being therapists. But they would always be supervised by a person who was a therapist themselves.
Can I
I also
interject something when you get a chance?
oop.
Oh no.
Oh, she's lagging. Okay. I was just gonna say, I think she was more so was trying to ask about like whether you know about like if you did like cognitive behavioral therapy, or if you did like other, I know like there's other types of therapies that I can't really remember the names of right now. But like for example, some people like to like get homework from their therapist, or like some people just like want to vent, or you know, that kind of thing.
What, CBT?
Yeah, CBT. Sounds like it.
Cognitive behavioral therapy.
So what is that? If somebody didn't know what that was, I mean, I totally know, obviously, but what is that exactly?
Oh, it's something. All I know is it's like it was keeping a diary of my emotions and my sleep pattern. I don't know, to be honest with you.
What I've kind of like learned and experienced is it's more about like kind of trying to reframe your perspective on certain things. Like, I don't know, for example, like sometimes I struggle with having a lot to do, and or just having anything to do really, and then like never getting around to doing it because I don't feel motivated. And so I used to get like really mad at myself if I didn't do something that I was planning on doing. And like the kind of reframe where like the cognitive behavioral therapy came in was like basically saying instead of like being mad at yourself, trying to like empathize with it, or like another way was somebody I was kind of talking about this with somebody else, and they were saying don't have a to-do list, have a wish list, because like then you know that you want to do those things, like you wish to do those things, and you're kind of treating it more like a reward than a task, and that's kind of like I guess the essence of CBT.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for sharing that. I mean, that's exactly what I was going to say. So, stole the words right out of my mouth.
So yeah, I went through CBT stuff. I'm very hyper vigilant, according to them. So I lost my sight back in high school. I'm blind in one eye, and I got jumped and by 10 other folks. And since then, it kind of just snowballed into hypervigilance, being scared around people, scared on the bus, going on the train, being scared, and stuff like that. So CBT did help a lot. Obviously, it help you prescribe medication. They don't prescribe the medication. They do the therapy to help you with mindfulness, to help you be grateful about yourself, be thankful, teach you the skills to kind of be logical in your thinking around certain situations. So that's how it helped me a bit.
So, it sounds like a lot of it is just like, I don't know, based around like self awareness and seeing where, there are bad behaviors that are kind of like taking over your thoughts, or what you subconsciously think about yourself. um and I think I did go through CBT the first time I went through therapy, and it really helped me personally, like see what I was struggling with and why I thought the way I did, why i I acted and did certain things. Like, I don't know, I have a problem with substance abuse. I would use that like as a crutch. And basically, I think CBT helped me personally like identify the triggers of to why I was seeking out these substances instead of like dealing with it in a healthy way. So I think that's my experience with CBT. I don't know if anybody else, you don't really have to share, but yeah.
But yeah, I was just gonna say with myself, it was alcohol and I'd say drugs, but it was mainly marijuana. Nothing other than that, because personally myself, I work for the army, which they do drug tests for. But it was mainly alcohol for myself.
Hey guys. So with weed, I remember there was a question earlier about scary stories. My experience with weed kind of led me down a scary path, and you wouldn't think so because then there's really no danger to it. But I happened to have this one experience where I was cramping and ended up using some Aleve. I had 2 tablets. Thought it was going to, alleviate the cramps, but then nothing happened, and I went for a third one. But I had been smoking earlier in the day, and after taking a third one, I decided, okay, nothing's happening still, and decided to, light one up again. And turns out that was like a very bad idea and something you shouldn't do because I don't know, I guess it's the same, don't use some type of pills and have a drink after that, same type of situation. And yeah, and I I had this crazy experience where I I couldn't move. Threw up. I threw up nonstop for about 6 hours, and my heart raced like so bad. It felt like I was just free falling constantly for 6 hours. Got so bad I had to go to the hospital. Couldn't move, couldn't get out of, couldn't get up off the bathroom floor during the whole time. And thankfully, I wasn't living by myself at this point, because I literally would not have been able to get to the hospital or do anything. And got to the hospital, and still, I don't know what the doctors did because I was very out of it for the whole time. Had to be put on IV, and it was a crazy mess. And I depended on weed a lot for sort of basically like an emotional crutch. And it was very, very much a big part of my life at the time. And after having that experience, I wouldn't say that I'm wary, but I'm sort of like, okay, I can do this on my own now. If I'm gonna end up making these kind of careless decisions. And before that, I had one experience where I took pills again, had a smoke right after, and I passed out. Like I, fainted, and I'd never had that happen to me. And I probably have never said the words fainted or the word fainted, but yeah.
Damn, I'm sorry that happened to you. That sounds really scary. Honestly, I'm glad you're here with us today, though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
true.
that's seriously amazing. You're killing it.
Thanks for sharing your story.
Yeah, you guys are chill. Thanks for listening, I guess.
Yeah, I had
Did I just bum everyone out? Because it's funny.
Oh
for
no,
to
you
look back
didn't,
on it.
Honestly,
you didn't bum anybody out.
No, you didn't bum us out. We're sharing our stories and mental stuff. It's always good to chat about things. So I can share another story, but regarding to marijuana, but I'll let someone else go first.
I was just gonna say,
Is topic still on pod, or is it like an option to subject change really quick?
We can subject change.
Okay. Regarding the topic, I just wanted to say that like bodies are in the ocean. That's yeah.
Your body's in the ocean.
Yeah,
Can't
there's
find them.
like yeah, what people do is this is really graphic, I'm sorry, but like they'll gut someone and like throw their body in the ocean so they don't float back up. So those are where the bodies are. They're in the ocean. Deep water.
Yeah, it's a saying I always said as growing up. Let's talk about life, love, and where the dead bodies are buried. So we all have bodies. We all have darkness we want to share. So thank you for sharing.
Mm-hmm. I also have another question. What is everyone doing for Halloween? Are you guys dressing up, going to parties?
I'm from Chicago. All we have to do in this city is dead bodies at the bottom of the river with cement feet.
You know, I respect that. Chicago's bold. They bold.
For
No, they're pretty badass, actually.
sorry. For Halloween, I'm either planning on wearing a Among Us costume to my school or just going full out and wearing the most fucking feminine clothes I can find.
I knew it. I looked at your avatar and I was like, I sense an egg.
Oh, trust me, they know.
They're just like
Well,
waiting.
Hello, fellow egg. I was gonna for Halloween. I was gonna go to a friend's party, but I don't really know if I am now or not. So I don't know.
Is
I
it
want
like
to do something though.
to say why and like go into detail, or
Well, long story short, I don't know. I just like there were things that were happening that I was like kind of tolerating, and then like, and I didn't like them, and then at some point, like I just kept finding out more and more and more, and I was just like, well, maybe I don't want to like put myself in that space, even if like I do kind of feel a little validated by, being somewhere. Um, I don't know. I don't want to.
Like just saving your sanity.
Yeah, like it's not worth it, especially because some people are like getting hurt or like screwed over by it. So it's like I don't really want to support that. So
Right.
and it's nothing like hugely terrible in the grand scheme of things, but it's still like the girl who like plans everything. She's just like very manipulative, and it's just not a good time. So
Yeah. Yeah, that does not sound like a fun time. No. Anyone else doing anything for Halloween?
If it makes everyone feel better about Halloween, I'm going to be sat on my sofa, and my partner is going to be answering the door, giving sweets to all the kids that come up, because she acts a lot better than I do when it comes to kids coming up to our door. So when a kid knocks on my door and I answer it, it's always like, "Ah, you're a witch. Great, here's a sweet." Whereas where my partner opens the door, she's like, "Oh, you look so scary. Oh, it's amazing.
No, she
Oh, go on, have a sweet."
that is adorable.
That's hilarious.
That
Take
is
my candy. Please don't curse me, witch.
I mean, that's exactly how it is. I'm gonna be sat on the sofa watching Halloween, with Michael Myers and enjoying my life, whereas she's gonna be answering the door and overreacting, but overreacting in the sense of it's fair. It's fair with the kids that come to our door.
she's just compensating for you as well, so it makes sense.
Hey, at least you guys are giving out candy and not being like assholes,
What?
We had what? So last year on Halloween, we ran out of sweets, and we put a note on our door because we ran out of sweets. And I was like, "Oh no, we've still got like a shit ton of blackjacks here." And then my partner turned to me and said, "We're not torturing the kids with blackjacks." And I was like, "Do you know what? I'm not going to argue against that because I love blackjacks, so I'm going to eat them all to myself." So we put a note on our door saying "ran out of sweets," and people like read the note on the door and like, "Oh, look at that! They're so selfish. They've run out of sweets." And we had the window open so we could hear every word that they were saying, and I was just like, "We can hear you," and they like run away after that. It was fun. It was fun.
So yeah, I'm from Ohio, so we do big things in Ohio for Halloween. So usually I have two kids, so I'm gonna do the traditional trick or treating stuff. But then the following day, I'm gonna go with my friends to the Ohio State Reformatory. I don't know if you guys heard about that place, but it's a big haunted house kind of area. Shawshank Redemption was filmed there years ago, so there's a lot of ghost stories and stuff like there. And then my school, Ohio University, does a big Halloween thing for the whole Athens, Ohio town. So it's a big celebration. Like everyone dresses up. There's haunted houses all over the place. People convert their own houses to haunted houses, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah. Sounds amazing. I love the Midwest when it comes to like Halloween because they just kill it every year. It's just a fun time. It's not meant to be the best time. It's not meant to be the like, oh yeah, everything's great, and it's not meant to be amazing. It's meant to be a good time.
Where did you say that Shawshank Redemption was filmed?
The Ohio State Reformatory in Ohio. It's in Madison, Ohio.
Oh, mate, I'd love to visit that. But
Not Madison,
you know.
Mansfield. Sorry, I said Madison, Mansfield, Ohio. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I'm all the way in the south of England, so.
Yeah, if you ever come to the United States, try to come to Ohio and check that out.
To be honest, I want to visit Crater Lake in Oregon, mainly because of Days Gone. But I also want to visit Boston for the Freedom Trail, where the Americans selfishly claimed independence.
Yeah, there's a lot of playable places like that. You're talking about during the also you can visit places during the Civil War down in the South. A lot of those places, cemetery places, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, where they had the big battles and what's that one big battle down south? Shoot, it's on the tip of my tongue and I can't remember. Sorry, if anyone could correct me, that'd be good.
Was that the Civil War or the War for Independence?
I was thinking towards the Civil War.
Oh yeah, so mainly
Gettysburg. I was thinking Gettysburg.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gettysburg. I mean, I've seen a lot of pictures and stuff like haunted battlefields for Gettysburg. But before anyone says anything, I'm actually Welsh myself. So with the British Empire, I am from Wales, which is the little attachment to the UK.
The Welsh.
I didn't hear that, but yes.
Sorry. I was saying something about the Welsh, but it was not a really good thing to say. But yay!
Was it with that we're sheep shaggers? Was that it?
I actually am all right. So annoyingly, I am from the US and have spent most of my time with memes related to the US. So I don't know what that means. And it's not that I don't want to, it's just that I haven't been exposed to it. Oh God, people.
It's like a stereotype that certain people from, I feel like it's multiple places in the UK like to have sex with sheep for some reason.
No. So it's, you know how people say Alabama, you like to have sex with your siblings?
Yeah.
It's like for England, they like to make fun of Welsh people having sex with sheep. But the main reason for that is when it came to, so you know how you used to rustle cows in the States, you were a cowboy, and then when you steal cows, you used to get sentenced to death.
Yeah.
So in Wales, if you used to steal sheep, you used to get sentenced to death, but you could get out of it by saying, "Oh no, I wanted to shag the sheep. I wanted to put my penis in the sheep, and the
Oh my
sentence would,
god.
the sentence would be lighter. You wouldn't be sentenced to death for trying to have sex with the sheep. That's why Welsh are called sheep shaggers, because it was a lot less of a sentence to have sex with the sheep than it was to steal the sheep.
Oh my god. That's
I like
amazing.
how so much of a difference between having sex with the sheep and stealing the sheep. Like those are two very different crimes.
Well, it was because you didn't want to steal the sheep away from the field. If you were stealing the sheep away from the field and someone caught you, you'd be like, "Oh no, I want to put my penis in this sheep," and you'd get a lot less sentence for it.
But where does the "I want to put my penis in this sheep" come from?
Well, I'm Welsh, so I always want to put my penis in a sheep.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Sounds
That's
like it's
fair.
sounds like it
I
came from
mean-
like medieval times or something.
I mean, if there was some English or Irish people in this chat, they would be pissing themselves right now. But there's not. So no, the Welsh don't really want to put their penis in some sheep. it's yeah. So the Welsh are famously called sheep shaggers, along with people from New Zealand and Australia and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I thought it was also a stereotype for like Ireland or like Scotland.
Oh yeah, the Irish and the Scottish. Yeah.
It's a lot of sheeps to go around, apparently.
I'll take all the sheep for myself. No, so I went to school. I was in school in England, so I'm Welsh myself. And I was in school in England. Sorry?
You all sound the same. Continue.
Oh no, so I'm from Wales, and I was raised in England. So Wales have their own language, which I got bullied. Yeah, Welsh. Yeah, Welsh language. But I was raised in England, and I had to suppress my accent because I got bullied for it, being raised in England and having a Welsh accent.
Yo, can I say something about that?
Go for it, my hard rocking amigo.
I say, fuck what the world thinks. You do you, man. What the world says won't matter here in 20 years from now. What the world says, what the world thinks, does not apply to your life. Your accent, that's you. That's how you are made.
Okay, Queen.
Where were you 20 years ago? No,
Actually,
yeah.
I wasn't even born 20 years ago.
Oh, fuck me in the ass. No.
Oh God, same. What the fuck?
No, so I was born in 1995. I was born in North Wales, which I'm not expecting everyone to know. And then my dad was in the Navy, British Navy, Royal Navy, oldest navy in existence. But that's not a brag. But he was stationed down in Portsmouth. So I moved down to south of England. And so my mum couldn't cope with 4 kids on her own. How selfish, right? And and then so she moved down to the south of England, and didn't bother to teach me how to speak Welsh. And so I was raised at the south of England, even though I'm properly Welsh. Yeah, and my dad left the Navy after 15 years, I want to say. Anyone else can speak.
Well, all right.
But they also taught me Welsh language as well, if anyone knows that the Welsh have their own language.
I have a friend who's like obsessed with languages. He's like learning Celtic and like all these other languages that like not a lot of people speak.
When they say Celtic, what? There's a lot of Celtic languages.
Oh my god, sorry, not Celtic, Gaelic. I'm stupid.
Gaelic. Oh, that would be a
Don't
Cornish.
stupid. Don't
Gaelic is
do that.
Cornish.
to yourself.
You're right, but like I just said an entire culture instead of the name of a language. I feel pretty stupid.
Oh no, that's fine. You're not stupid for it. A lot of people will say Gaelic and Cornish and stuff like that, but they won't know whereabouts in the UK it came from.
Yeah,
Wait a
I
minute,
don't know
Gaelic
the
came-
specifics, but
Gaelic came from the UK.
Well, of course it did. Where do you think it came from?
I thought it came from like I'm stupid. I thought it came from like Irish or like something like that. What's the culture that believes in Vikings? That culture,
What the-
whatever culture believes in Vikings. I thought that was it.
What were the Vikings and stuff?
Dutch, yeah, Dutch. I thought it came from Dutch. I don't know. I just didn't realize that till now.
Dutch and Vikings.
the Vikings came from the north of Europe, and then they invaded the UK.
The Vikings were from Scandinavian countries that invaded the UK countries as well. But Gaelic were predominantly in England, Wales, Ireland, and the Northern Europe situations. Yeah, so yeah, that's where they came from. The Vikings were the Scandinavian countries. Gaelic were Wales, Ireland, and northern France at the time. But if it makes everyone feel better, I'm from Wales myself, North Wales. We have our own language, and I was raised
it
in
Scottish?
South England. Sorry?
Is it Scottish? I was making
Sorry,
a joke. I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't hear what the joke was. Sorry. But I was born in North Wales and raised in South England. But Wales have their own language, if anyone's interested. But if you're not, then that's fine. I'll just slink back in my hole.
I mean, where is everyone from here, if you're comfortable?
USA.
U.S.
Team America.
America. Fuck
World
yeah.
police.
Like, states? Are we talking territory?
US.
Nigerian living in Jamaica.
That's awesome.
I'm from Chenva Puchwengich go Gerich and Sidlo Concentroblich go goch.
Okay.
Wow.
Hey,
That's
bro.
really cool.
I actually know where he's talking about too. It's
I
like
love
Too
it.
much
That.
for me to follow.
the longest town name in the world, I believe.
Yeah, it is. We call it Chenva PG. But yeah, that's where I'm from. Longest town name in the world, which is Chenva PG.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
You other
Okay.
brothers can deny.
When a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face.
You get Trump.
Loved it.
You guys nailed that one. Anyone watching
got
any good TV
Reddit
shows?
streams.
Like specifically TV shows or just like anything from streaming sites and whatnot?
Yeah, anything from streaming. Anyone into anything right now? Watching anything interesting?
Oh yeah, I'm into something. I'm into something.
What are you
Supernatural.
into? Tell us. You won't tell us. No balls.
I'm into rap right now, like heavily into rap.
What's your top 3 right now, artist wise? 5 songs.
Okay, please don't make fun of me for it. Eminem, Hot Sim, and Logic.
I respect that. Okay.
Eminem has some pretty good music. I can say that for sure.
Yeah, I'm actually listening to his Kamikaze album right now.
I like Logic more as a person. He's a hilarious streamer.
Oh yeah, he definitely is. I like
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg for the memes though. Snoop Dogg is a total meme. I just can't get over it.
You know, I don't know if Snoop is like still with his wife, but like if for some reason him and his partner get divorced, I pray to God he just dates Martha Stewart because that needs to happen.
I don't like
That is the
Snoop
most
Dogg.
thing I've ever heard.
I don't like Snoop Dogg, but he was in oh shit, what's it called? Trailer Park Boys. Which
Was
I
he
found
actually?
hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah, he was in Trailer Park Boys, which I found fucking hilarious.
Speaking of trailer parks, what's like the shittiest place, like neighborhood you guys have lived in?
All of them.
Respectable.
I've never actually lived in a bad neighborhood. I've always lived in like there was at least like one robbery in at least one neighborhood, but it's not like a big robbery like someone stole a big 2000 how much ever money watch. No, it's always like my friend's bike got stolen. That was like the biggest thing that ever happened. And it was actually crazy. Because we had like this woods behind our house, and people would literally dump off their like if they murdered somebody, they would dump off their dead bodies there.
There was no trailer parks in the UK.
Oh, I mean, you guys have like council housing, and some of those people can be out there.
Yeah, I know, but council housing is literally you are given houses. I used to date someone where their parents were in council housing, and it was fine. Although it was a bunch of chavs batting around.
Like gangs.
I'm a mobile player. I suck. I know.
No, chavs.
Chavs. And I know like women chavs with like those thick blocky eyebrows.
No, Chad is like
No,
a very like a Chad is like a very macho, rude
No,
man.
I meant
not
Chad.
Chad, not Chad.
With
Oh,
a G.
Chav.
what?
Chav.
I'm
Chav instead of a D, a V, right?
Yeah.
Chav.
They're
Chav
pricks.
stands for council housed and violent.
Really? I just
Yeah.
thought it's like an English equivalent to Chad. Okay.
No, Chav is council housed and violent.
That's amazing.
But when you say violent, they don't mean bang, bang, and we're going to shoot everyone, because obviously we don't have guns over here. But mainly stab, stab, because we got knives over here.
What is y'all's military like?
Sorry?
What is y'all's military like? I know we're talking about two different subjects here now. I just kind of pushed it. But you said guns. I think, what is your military like? Like your army, your air force, navy, etc., etc.
Military?
Yes.
So, luckily for you, I am a civilian worker for the military.
Ooh, spicy.
So my brother worked for the military as well. He's in the Navy, Royal Navy. I work for the army as a civilian. I don't know what you want to hear, to be honest with you.
You do your job.
What would you
a
like to
day-to-day
hear about? What would you like to hear about the Navy and the Army?
So is there like a training? Is it hard or is it easy?
I think what he's going for is a cost efficiency basis for everything you do, business wise or technically wise, for your business.
So, when it comes to like building stuff, there's obviously like cost efficient. There's obviously try and save money for trying to like buildings and stuff. We've got a program at the moment called Single Living Accommodation. We're trying to save money on that, so we're doing everything we can to save money for single living. When it comes to training, sorry, go ahead.
No, I just latched on to single. Was it unit living? But
single living accommodation.
Yeah, is that a chew?
Sorry?
A chew.
A
A containerized housing unit. That's how us in the American military knew it.
Single living accommodation, and that is a little hut that you have for yourself if you are single in the military.
Oh, bro. A chew, a containerized housing unit, was basically a shipping container that we gutted out the insides, and then we put in little nice lights and a couple of little outlets, and on a nice floor, and you could fit two soldiers straight into that thing. It was a half Connex.
Nah, we don't have that. I have worked with American soldiers on their so American soldiers have their way in our country with their US visiting forces bases, but this is nothing to do, like SLA, single living accommodation, is nothing to do with the American forces.
So what is an SLA?
SLA stands for single living accommodation, which is if you are in the British Army and you are single and you don't have any partners or anything like that, you are single, you get a single living accommodation, which is pretty much probably about a 5 meter by 5 meter room.
So were you building these, or were you going into the real estate market and accommodating?
No, we're building these in British Army bases.
Yeah, I got you.
But to be honest, it's hilarious because I was so I've spent literally the past few months arguing about SLAs for British forces, and I've had like the scrutiny backwards saying about American forces, and it was like it's hilarious on the difference. So with the British, it's like you try and save money here and there, whereas the Americans are like, oh, we've got this much money to spend, and then how much is it going to cost? And it was like, oh, it's going to cost this much, and they were like, oh, we've got like a few million more to spend, so we're going to want this and that and this and that.
Okay, so how that works is basically how our budget cycles work in general from the U.S. perspective. And don't get me wrong, I think this is stupid too, but this is the way it works, is that you're allocated a certain amount of funds for the fiscal year. If you don't spend that amount of funds, then that amount of funds that you do not spend is going to be cut from your budget the next year, or at least you can expect it to be. Therefore, we seek to spend as much as we are allocated to, regardless, which leads to a certain amount of wasteful spending.
No,
Like I said,
no.
I'm not saying I agree with it. This is the way it works.
No, mate, I agree with that because when it comes to British Army spending, it's like if you don't spend it, you lose it.
Yeah.
Which is so I was speaking with a couple of lieutenants in the British Army, and they were like, oh, we spoke with a couple of people from the American Army, and they were like, oh, so we're going to have this, and they were going to have a few grand to spend. Oh, so we're going to have this and like a couple of armchairs and all this jazz. But it's the same in the British Army. If you do not spend it, you're going to lose it. So they're going to ask for more, which my job. So I'm a civilian in the British Army, and it's my job to make sure that all that money is spent.
Yeah, I was a non-commissioned officer in the U.S. Army. Sergeant first class, whatever. Not really that high rank, but I dealt with the money a touch.
What do you guys do with the money if you like don't spend it then? Like, do you just buy stuff or?
Yes, literally. One time we got like this was well, that's the thing. You don't typically have to do this. Typically, you're sitting here trying to decide what your operational requirements are going to be in the next fiscal year, and you're trying to buy those things. Typically, you're short funded, so you can't buy everything you want. But if you're operating in a condition of a surplus, which these conditions of surpluses or deficits are completely separate from, say, the stock market, like it has nothing to do with it. We don't see it. We're
you lose it here.
Well, like 1 year we had a surplus, literally one. I was in over for 15 years. 1 year we had a surplus. And we went and we bought whole new laces of equipment for the entire goddamn company. And that was a coup. And we're talking, yes, maybe $3,000 per soldier, which sounds like a lot, but in the whole context of things really isn't, because we're talking about a whole lot of soldiers and we're talking about giving them lighter equipment, more responsive equipment, better equipment overall. And in one case, for one company, we actually paid for them to have a trench warfare experiencing, which I know sounds stupid to all y'all, maybe, I don't know. But training experience wherever we can get it.
That makes sense.
You lose it here, though.
Well,
if you do not spend it in year, you lose it.
well,
which
yeah,
is
bullshit. That's why we stack up the spending. I mean, that's the reason why I have the plate carrier that I own today. Technically speaking, it's stolen government property, but because it was bought in an off-cycle purchase agreement, it was issued to me. But then records got lost because these records were required to be maintained on the company level, but not the battalion level. And you might imagine things happen. So I have my plate carrier from Afghanistan.
Do you know what I find? Do you know what I find hilarious?
Probably the entire existence of a standard infantryman, because we are so outmoded, and yet we think we're more important than we are. Like, I'm an ex-infantryman, I get it. I mean, I'll fight you, but I get it.
No, not just that.
Just use the Rangers.
The Rangers? Yeah. Oh, the Rangers? Honey, I've got a scroll.
British Rangers.
Hell yeah.
What?
This is how a knife fight happens. All right, let's go. No, I'm making fun.
No. So I have a lot to do with the United States visiting forces.
Yeah, you're an arms dealer, and you probably deal a lot with logistics, if I had to take a wild guess.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Equipment,
I'm not an arms dealer. I'm not an arms dealer.
Well,
I'm
you probably don't think you are, but you traffic in military cargo.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're an arms dealer.
I'm an arms dealer. But it's always hilarious to me that I have to make sure that all your whatever you want, I have to go through the cabinet office on my side, etc. Even though it's probably going to be accepted on your side.
Hey, man, like, we have to go through the same bullshit to send that stuff to you in order for you to have to go to the cabinet office in order to authorize it. Yeah, no, it's both ways. Trust me on that one.
No, I know. It's like you saying, I want these guns, I want these tanks approved. And then we're like, oh, how much do they cost? And you're like, oh, it's going to cost a few billion. And we're like, oh, we're going to have to go to cabinet office, even though you're going to pay for them. And then I have to go to cabinet office to get the approval, even though we're not going to pay for them. You're going to pay for them. And it's hilarious to me.
I mean, yes, I get what you're saying, and you're exactly right in every way, shape, or form. But here's the effect of it. Is that we're moving boats around, right? We're moving Connexes around, shipping containers, little containerized unit invoices, and it has to be authorized for this government and that government and every government in between and everywhere else. If we're not talking about a World War III scenario, we're talking about some military action in some faraway place, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of a fan of this because you happen to go to your cabinet, and this is where it gets the edges of my knowledge is I literally have no idea what goes on within your cabinet, blah, 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 right? And I don't even care.
A lot.
Like, speaking as a soldier, I wouldn't care. You know what I mean? But now we're introducing a certain amount of bureaucratic inefficiency. Which is bureaucratic inefficiency increases the cost and throughput and cost and time for the throughput of war materials to a given area, which means that, yes, we might have declared war in a given area. However, if it becomes more expensive than it's worth to maintain troops and supplies to that given area, well, it ends. At least in any modern sense.
I have one thing to say, though. Your naval soldiers came to Portsmouth at one point.
Yeah, the Marines, they suck. I hate them too.
Yeah.
I was Army. I wasn't Marines. If there's any Marines, raise your hands. Like, we'll talk. I love you, Marines, but Army v Marines.
They were stationed in Portsmouth, and they had a night out actually. So in
Only
Portsmouth.
one?
in Portsmouth in England, they had a night out planned for them, and I joined them by faking an American accent. So I was joining every single club with a fake American accent, which was a lot of fun with my brothers.
Yeah, I'm
and
100% certain they were completely ridiculous.
oh no, yeah, they didn't know that we were there. We were faking an American accent, and we joined every single club that they went to. And I remember my brother, he got asked by the barmaid, "Oh, where you from?" And he went, "Watford, Tennessee." There's no Watford in Tennessee, but it was
Hey,
hilarious.
you me. I don't know Tennessee.
No, yeah, we managed to bluff our way through a American accent, which was hilarious.
Dead
Throughout.
honest. I'm not trying to be American centric here, but most British people have no idea just how big the U.S. actually is. Like, they know we're big, but we're big. Like,
we know you're big.
We get it.
Yeah, you say that, but it's just like the whole thing. It's like, what town is in Tennessee? Well, I don't freaking know. Memphis?
No,
Takes me
to be
22 hours
honest.
to drive to Montana.
To be honest, we think of Australia when we're like, holy shit, Australia is big. Like we don't care about the US.
I'm
look
pretty
at
sure Australia is about the size of the American Midwest, if I'm not mistaken. Defined as Texas up north.
Yeah.
Nah, we're just like the Australia is so big.
Well, I'm in the middle of the American Midwest, so I think it's as big as Australia. And welcome to America.
Well, invite me out to the Midwest of America.
No, don't do that. The Midwest America sucks ass. Like, it doesn't suck ass in a way that it sucks. It doesn't suck ass in a way that it's great. It doesn't suck ass in the sense that it's just all poor everywhere. It's just boring.
Mississippi
I live
sucks.
in Oklahoma or something.
I can confirm I live there.
I just want to go to Oregon.
Okay, yeah, good luck with that.
Why Oregon?
I mean,
Oklahoma
Oregon's
City is
very
not that
pretty.
big.
Oregon's on fire, man.
Crater Lake.
Like literally,
Crater Lake.
Oregon
great,
is
has a lot of
literally on
trees.
fire.
Oregon's on fire?
wait, why is it on fire? Like,
I want to go to Crater Lake.
Because, like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Why is it on fire? It's there's high winds. There's, it's blazing hot, and I don't know, the campfire, the car fire, all sorts of
Honey,
fire.
you just described Kansas.
Kansas.
Yeah, nobody ever talks about us. We got fires every year. Most of them are planned, but that's because we're an agricultural economy, and most of our land is extremely well delineated. And during the 1930s, we planted a whole lot of Dust Bowl, like preventing windbreaks. And I don't know. We made our entire physical situation very durable in the 30s.
I want to go to Boston and Oregon. That's
Dude,
me.
is Boston the one that has the state legislator that has his dick hanging out over the entire city on top of his Capitol building? I believe so.
Boston has the Freedom Trail, which
Boston's awesome.
I like for
Boston Commons.
Fallout 4.
Sounds like a nice place.
Oh, now we're talking about Fallout.
You're a nice place.
I mean, I'm
Yes,
a fan
I
of
am.
Fallout having some modernist art.
You're gonna what? No, basically the places I want to go is Boston for the Freedom Trail. I want to go to New York because basically, and I want to visit New York. I want to visit Oregon for Crater Lake, and I want to visit California, obviously for Hollywood and stuff like that.
You should visit Vermont too, though.
Good. Boston's basically a city. I mean, go to Fort Carroll, honestly.
No idea what Fort Carroll is.
Of course you don't.
You should go to Oklahoma City. They have a ton of stuff there. Oklahoma City has a ton of stuff to do.
No idea what that is.
It's in
It's
Oklahoma,
so-
the Midwest. That's the
Yeah.
Southern Midwesterners here. That's Kansas Junior. Fight me, Quinn. Fight me, Quinn.
I don't want to
try
visit
visiting
anywhere.
Fort Myers.
I don't want to
Just Fort
visit
Myers?
anywhere that
We
would
got Fort
take
Leavenworth here.
offense from my accent.
Should go to Fort Bragg.
No, Fort Myers
Teach
is
you
the
how
one
to
that's
skydive.
flooded right now.
Fort Leavenworth is the only American prison, military prison, ever. And it's approximately 36 miles north of me. So imagine a whole military kind of country's military prison
I don't want to
sitting there.
go
Yeah, it's pretty
anywhere that
boring,
would take
honestly.
offense with my accent.
No, we wouldn't care. We actually get a lot of parts there. In fact, the last funeral I actually went to in Arlington was for an Irishman, believe it or not. Like straight up, he actually taught me what a pot of piss was.
A pot of piss.
Yeah, I know, right? Like the first time he said it in a briefing, I was like, "What?" It ain't gonna be a pot of piss, as he said it. Kind of.
You're a
Yeah, no, he
piss,
died.
mate.
He got shot in the gut and he bled out.
That
That
took
was
a
in
turn.
Afghanistan. But because he was an American soldier, he got buried in Arlington, which if you don't know much about U.S. culture, long story short, military culture, Arlington is the place of places. It's right next to the military Holy of Holies, the arcology of the missing soldier, the unknown soldier.
Yeah, the tomb of the unknown soldier.
Yep. It's literally right next to there.
Always
I played
guarded by the
Fallout
National
3.
Honor
I
Guard.
know where Arlington is.
Well, you can't be buried in Arlington unless certain conditions are made, and pretty much the main ones are that you died in an actual war, like doing war stuff. So
Yeah.
it's a big deal. Long story short, there's a few other caveats, but that's the main one.
Well, I played Fallout 3 and I went to Arlington.
Yeah,
And that
Fallout
was-
3 is a good one, in my opinion.
Or Call of Duty.
Oh, I got Call of Duty. I'm playing it right now, actually.
No, Fallout 3.
I play Call of Duty on
Yeah,
mobile.
3.
Loser.
Fallout 3 is the
What's
best.
Call of Duty?
Bruh.
Pew pew.
Dude, it's
I'm
a
just
video
kidding.
game.
I'm kidding.
It's a
Pew,
video
pew.
game.
Go
Call
pew
of Duty
pew.
Modern
pew.
Warfare. It's more accurate in some areas than it deserves to be, but it's completely stupid in most areas.
Wait, so you just shoot people?
Yeah.
Yep.
No,
Basically.
Yeah,
no, you
it's a
run up to them
first-person shooter.
and you
FPS.
no, you run up to them in the game and you kiss them and then they die. Okay.
That's no fun. I'd rather just shoot them.
No, you kiss them with a
My
bullet.
kissy
That's the
tongue
thing.
was
It's like
very silvery and metal-like.
Like if
It's
somebody
FPS.
ran up to you and kissed you, wouldn't you shoot them?
exactly. That's my point.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, pew, you're dead. Goodbye.
Your mom did this with me last night.
I don't know. If someone was trying to kiss me with their lips, I'd be rather like, I'll let it happen because this is like a decade before this happened. Like, I'd be very impressed.
Your mom did it to me
They're,
last
they're
night.
respectful.
I love it.
Might even change my entire outlook in life. You never know.
I think shooting someone would do that too, though.
That sounds like,
I've
that's
already
like
done
some
that,
Sesame
so-
Street stuff right there.
Well, that's the thing. I've already shot people. So Sesame Street.
Well,
stuff
never
might
mind.
actually be more entertaining to me. You never know. You don't know me.
Well, damn.
You don't know me.
What are we talking
You
about?
don't know my life.
So
What is
what
that?
is
You know what? You know what ruined Call of Duty is all that Autobot, like everything. You know, you just get shot from like
Exosuits.
I completely disagree with that.
the Autobots, the hacks.
Well, what if you're
Oh,
playing
yes.
nothing but multiplayer?
Yeah, mostly I like playing. You know, internet people. Yeah, real.
Okay, so yeah, that's a whole different thing. I thought we were talking the story. I've got issues with the story that has nothing
MW3.
to do with the multiplayer.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Like I
Stay
don't really
calm.
play multiplayer a lot. Mostly I get my ass kicked. Like I'm that guy you're shooting at. So like, oh my god, I'm killing him again, and that's me.
So, how is everyone doing?
Oh great! I'm approximately at 0.6.
I gotta
I'm
kick it. I gotta
glad
watch the
that.
news hour.
What snooze hour?
PBS
What is
News
news
Hour?
hours?
PBS? Hell yeah!
PBS
What's
News
PBS?
Hour.
Yeah, what's PBS talking about?
What the fuck is PBS?
Yeah, what is
the fuck?
PBS?
Well, it's a news
Public
station.
Broadcasting
Fuck.
Service.
PBS.
It's the same one that has Sesame Street. Okay.
The hell
He's
is Sesame
exactly right.
Street?
Jesus
What
Except
the
fucking
fuck
Christ! This is
is
what's wrong with the world.
PBS?
It's an American
It's-
thing, I guess.
Dude, it's a public broadcast. It's like American, publicly funded broad TV.
I'm not American.
This is what makes that funny.
That doesn't change that. That doesn't change the facts.
Big Bird, man, Big Bird, and Cookie Monster.
It doesn't
kinda look
change the
creepy.
facts that I'm not American. I have no idea what PBS is.
Yeah, so the Cookie
that's
Monster
fine.
is amazing,
It's fine with
and
me.
you will never talk smack about the Cookie Monster. You can't. He is
I know
amazing
who
in
the
any way,
Cookie
shape, or
Monster
form.
is. Cookie Monster is fucking amazing. I know
Hell
who
yeah.
the Cookie Monster is,
This
but I
guy.
have no idea who PBS is.
Okay, so PBS, Public Broadcasting Corporation, it was largely a public service in American society approximately from 1952
So-
onwards. I mean, it still
So-
exists, I believe. It definitely still exists in around 1996 because I saw some of the TV shows. So one of the things that PBS tried to do was a whole lot of children's programming. So, they did the standard children thing, like, sharing is good and accepting people's differences is good, blah, 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 right? And Sesame Street was kind of the seminal program that most
Right.
Americans, even
Right.
if they haven't even seen too many episodes, will recognize immediately.
Can I
So
just
it's like a
interrupt
cultural
you,
touchstone. So there it
It's
is.
like the
That's
BBC.
the TLDR.
mate? PBS. Don't know what PBS is, but I know what Sesame Street is.
There you go. PBS One, Public
PBS.
Broadcasting Corporation.
PBS is like the BBC to you.
Yeah, it's like the BBC. It really is, but not.
What?
The BBC
Is Sesame Street on the BBC?
Corporation.
But not. Like there's important differences, but yes.
Essentially, for the most part, yes.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. And
So
I
can you
like-
watch?
I like the PBC. I think that it needs to be expanded. In fact, I'm afraid that it's going to be shut down these days. I do not mind my taxpayer dollars being paid into them, is the way I would put it.
Well, your taxpayer dollars is not where I pay my taxpayer dollars. So I need you to explain to me what it is.
Well, if you get to know what Big Bird is, I'll consider it a good investment.
How about you spoon me and tell me what Big Bird is?
Spoon you big spoon or little spoon?
Well, you're obviously going to have
Both,
to be
don't
the
be
big
cheap.
spoon.
I got to be big spoon. I mean, that's a rather masculine role, I do believe.
Be the big spoon and put your penis up my ass.
No,
What
no,
the
no. See,
fuck
I'm
is
not
going
gay,
on?
but I will put it between your thighs.
I will pretend that my big cheeks are thighs and you will put it between them.
What is
See,
going on?
that's going to
Is
cause
this a
drift
PBS thing?
between us. That's going to cause a drift between us because you're going to know that it's not between your cheeks, it's between your thighs. And as probably most girls here know, there's a difference.
Okay, fine. I will push my thighs between my penis and you can push your penis between my thighs. And
So wait a minute. Where is your penis and my penis, and what are we using as lubricant?
What is going
It's
on?
going to be my spit.
I know, right?
This is
It's gonna be
anatomy
my
class
spit.
after
It's going to
dark.
be my spit. It's my
What the
spit.
fuck are we talking about?
This
here,
is like
yo?
homosexual anatomy class, and I'm not even part of that world, but I know about it quite a bit.
Anatomy class at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
It's 7:37 where I am. Party,
Oh, yeah,
party hard, baby.
It's 1:37 where I am.
All
and
right,
I'm gonna
fine.
use my spit.
Like,
All right.
are you dead serious? Like, completely serious about your lack of knowledge of Sesame Street?
I'm just gonna spit, okay? And I'm gonna use my thighs. So you're gonna have to use your penis for my thighs. I'm gonna use my spit.
There you go. I went serious way before you did.
All right, those who are tuning in to the chat, what's up?
Yeah. Well,
Can we talk about something else, please?
For those just not tuning in and joining us, I want to know, where would you hide the dead bodies?
Oh, easily.
They're in the
easily,
walls.
easily.
Okay.
Okay. Listen,
10
listen,
feet.
listen. Between the Montana and I think North Dakota line or South Dakota, one of the Dakotas, I don't know. Okay, one of the Dakota lines, there is a part where nobody lives, like nobody lives there.
Yellowstone.
So that means that there cannot be no jury there.
You mean North Dakota?
Isn't it Yellowstone
Yes,
National
I
Park?
don't know.
Yeah, it's in Yellowstone. I know
It's
exactly
the
what you're
dead
talking
zone
about.
or whatever.
Now, don't try to
Yeah,
kill
but-
someone there. You're not going to win. Long
Why?
story short.
Someone tried that loophole before, and they just did a jury from like the closest possible place.
Yeah, it's not going to work. The law, okay, yes, the law can get very technical. The law can get ridiculous. It's not going to allow a loophole like that.
Fuck.
What if the bear did it though? Like, what if the wolves or the bears did it? Like, I'm not the one doing
Then
it.
there wouldn't be a legal case because animals do not have a legal standing within the court. Therefore, shit happens.
There you go. I found a
Mate.
loophole.
It's not really. I mean, did you
I
breed
mean,
the bears?
I have a question.
I hope not.
Well, I mean, if the court can find that you bred the bears and some other third party were to come in and say that you were to marshal the animals of the woods, the furry things, the things that go bump in the night
I have a
of the
question.
woods, and could
Ooh.
prove it and tie it to you, then you're going to have some problems.
Damn it.
Someone had a question.
Yeah,
Hold
question.
on. Quiet, guys. Hold on. Someone had a question. I don't know who, though. Someone said they had a question.
Will you accept me to come out there and just take a look around?
Like where?
Will you accept any
Just-
Welsh person?
That's it. That's it. We'll
Just,
take
just
a
a
Welsh
Welsh
person.
person, like in general, philosophically. I mean,
If you can say any word in Welsh, will you take me?
did you just ask if I could say any word in Welsh?
Yeah, can you say any word in Welsh?
No, probably not, unless Garbal
Gideon.
March is one of them.
Di siarad i Cymraeg.
Yeah, there you go. You already beat me. So if that's your standard, then I would advise you to lower your standards because none of us understand that.
No, what I was gonna say is if I
You want to
wanted
have a beer and you want to throw an axe against a wooden wall, come on over to Kansas City. We'll have some fun.
No,
Is your-
If
what
you
I was
want
gonna
to
say is
wanna
if I want to
scream
come
Welsh
down.
words, then you can do it. None of us will care.
is
No,
your
what I was
name?
gonna say is if I wanted to come down and just chill with you, would that be fine?
Well, duh.
I've got a fuck buddy, everyone.
Just make sure you say no homo, and then it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, we're a fuck buddy now. Like
You guys
No,
need the
I'm a-
bears.
round agreement.
Is I don't know how to pronounce your name. Is it supposed to be messages in Welsh?
Negeseuon?
Yes.
Yeah, that is messages in Welsh.
Okay.
We got a Welsh nationalist here.
Ti siarad Cymraeg?
Ich sprechen Sie Deutsch.
Sprechen
That's
Sie Deutsch?
German.
Badly.
Ich sprechen Deutsch.
Einzelner Deutscher Schumer in next SMS Schooler and Isman eines Bader.
Kann ich sprechen Deutsch?
Why?
Oh, dein.
Well, most of my family is German. I'm pretty sure I just killed my grandma, like trying to pronounce it that way. Like,
I'm just
and she has
confused
died of
as
a heart
to what's
attack.
going on right now.
Keine sprechen Deutsch.
Kleiner. Es ist in Kleiner.
No, keine sprechen Deutsch.
Very small. Kleiner. Very small. Like Snoppy. Snoppy El Scratchy Deal. That cartoon? I love Snoppy, man. Ik en Heinen. Snoppy Karaka Deal.
Toisha Cymraeg.
Why?
Toisha Cymraeg. Is it keine Cymraeg?
Why?
No, I'm going to speak English right now. Who can speak Welsh and who can speak German?
I cannot speak Welsh. Like, if I was accidentally speaking Welsh, well, you're going to have to illuminate that one to me. But that was very, very, like, German in the sense that I'm here in the American Midwest and we've been separated from the motherland for a long, long time.
Oh, Caid Cymraeg then.
Why?
Caid.
Why?
O da?
Why? Ik heb mijn violence is lost.
Nein.
Why?
Du bist keine Deutsch. Okay?
Ich in einen Leisten einen Leisten. Ich in einen Leisten in Kudlenost. I probably mispronounced at least two things there.
I know how to call you an annoying piece of shit in German, but that's about it.
Spinehund.
Cuss you out in
Scheiße.
Spinehund.
Nein. Fick dich.
I know how to cuss you
Ich
out. in
liebe
Russian.
dicks. Schweinhund.
You love dick. Is that what you were saying?
No, ich liebe dick. That's I love you. Because I love you, swine pig.
Caid geg. Cariad bach.
See, that's the thing. We're all about to boil up all the snot that's in the back of our throat if we're gonna go down this path.
Caid geg cariad bach. Iawn?
Ik van Snappy, rockin' crocodile. Ik van Snappy, Snappy crocodile. I don't know. The alligator.
Yes, mawr.
I mean, he wasn't an alligator. He was a crocodile.
Where did the English people go?
Caid.
Believe it or not, I'm English. I mean,
Du ben?
Y'all teleported to another place for a minute there.
Caid geg de gwirion bach.
Honor Estanera in la bolsa tengo una pistola.
Yes, mawr.
No.
Yes,
Tengo una pistola.
mawr. Yes,
Tengo una
mawr.
pistola.
Yes,
Poner el
mawr.
dinero en la bolsa. Poner el niña en la bolsa.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I know,
That's what I
right?
was
Hey,
saying.
that was English.
Yeah.
Poner el dinero en la bolsa.
Jesus fucking Christ. That's what I was saying. Yes, it fucking mawr. Do you know?
Oh, that was right after I transitioned from saying put the money in the bag to put the child in the bag. So I was like, yeah.
Put the money in my bag.
Poner el dinero en la bolsa. Tengo una pistola.
Shall we
Put the money in my ass.
continue?
That's different than Poner el niña en la bolsa.
What are you robbing, an orphanage or a bank?
But your daughter
It works either way. Now, the fun story behind that is
My
because I
butthole.
was actually still in the Army, and I went down to Mexico, and I wanted to get a hamburger, and my translator told me, "Poner el dinero en la bolsa tengo una pistola," was apparently a cheeseburger with fries, is what he told me, and I thought he was bullshit, but I was drunk at the time also. So I went in and I ordered that, and things happened.
Oh God!
Take a chill pill.
I know,
mate.
right? It was
Did
pretty
they
funny.
call the
as hell.
police?
He had to come save me. He was like, "No, don't listen to the gringo. He doesn't know what he's saying." That's what he was saying.
Take a chill pill.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. He straight up told me afterwards. It's like, "Okay, I almost got you shot. Let's go to the hotel."
Oh, he's gonna fuck me in the ass, isn't he?
Well, he was technically
Everybody,
an
I have
American
to.
service member, so he better not.
Everybody, I have to leave, but I hope you'll have a good
What's
day.
that, sorry?
See you later, man. Peace out. Stay safe out there.
Peace.
I think we got to have enough of
Have a go.
butt stuff, guys.
Oh, we want more butt stuff. Like,
No more butt stuff.
Ask me a question.
Oh fuck, he's gonna do
I
it,
got one.
but, isn't he?
All right, ask it. I'm not afraid.
Would
He's
you put
gonna
your
do me
tax
up the butt,
dollars
isn't
in?
Tax dollars in the butt?
No, into Sesame Street if they were doing butt stuff on
But
TV.
he's gonna do me up the butt, isn't he?
All right, I heard Sesame Street, butt stuff, taxpayer dollars.
Yes, that's all you need to know.
Yeah, that's
All right,
exactly
we're
what this
going
chat's
to a
about.
direct causal relationship between those three, because that gets to be pretty complicated when we're talking about three different disparate things. However, if we're going to talk about the U.S. government and Sesame Street, most of Sesame Street's plots were actually paid for in order to have a certain leveling effect within the inner cities, because within the United States, within where Sesame Street was typically being broadcast and what its general function was generally to try to stabilize the quote-unquote American housing unit, the nuclear family, blah, blah, blah. Like, American thought usually is pretty centric to us.
Anyway.
No, I can go on. I literally wrote a paper about this, believe it or not.
I am British.
About Sesame
so
Street
I
and
can
butt
slag
stuff.
off the
Wasn't just about
Americans for as long as I want.
My general major is in military history, but military history, especially in a modern context, very much involves media. Blah 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 blah. I mean,
have a question
I'm out of
for
the
you.
military now, so I'm a bit of a freewheeler. I lost my kid while in the last few years.
I have a question for
Yeah.
you.
Go for it.
I mean, like I asked
Ryoto,
everyone
I
this.
recognize you. Sorry. I
Do
didn't-
you? Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I have a question for
I am
my
totally
American.
confused about what you guys are talking about, which is why I haven't said anything.
Sesame Street and anal sex, as I recall.
So, what's happening?
I get
Oh, okay,
done
great.
up the
So, are we
bum.
talking like regular inner cells, or like freaky stuff? Regular
I
stuff,
get
freaky
a
stuff. What
fist
are we
up the
talking
bum
Freaky
every
stuff.
now and then.
about?
No, I think Negasuon, whatever the hell. Negasuon. I think he's having an actual question. What's up?
I mean, a fist up my bum is fine.
Oh, you
Liar.
can't get the whole thing up to your ankle?
I mean, up to the elbow, mate. And that's fine.
Oh, that's your thing?
Yeah, it is. But I have a
Dude,
question
that's
for
way
you
too
that you
deep.
didn't answer.
No.
Like a bouquet buffet.
Nah,
So
y'all
you're
shut
telling
up.
me
An elbow's not
that
actually
more
even that
than a
bad.
free
If it's
knuckler
up the ass.
exists?
If you're in the right position. Like, no, I totally believe it.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What, you
I
don't take
had
an
a
elbow
dis-
up your ass?
I had a dissertation.
All right, let's go for it.
More than a free knuckler? Come on now.
I mean,
Dude, you can get more than 3 knuckles up a vagina. Like, yeah.
you can shove
There's only
4
2
knuckles
fucking
up me.
knuckles.
There's like 4 on
Yeah,
my
but there could
hand.
be 2 people.
Yes.
I
but
mean,
using one
nah.
person,
3
one finger,
people
I'm
how
gonna
many
lie.
can
knuckles?
shove it up me.
I'm gonna lie, that sounds unhealthy. I mean, it's just like, are you tickling your little your
Nah,
belly
it's
button up at that point, or like Like, I mean, I don't know.
It's the juncture
tickling up
between a
my
small and large
prostate.
intestine at that point, and that could be actually pretty okay. Well, blah blah blah.
Well, you know what? All y'all can tug your balls, figure it out. There's only 2 knuckles on a finger.
Oh, a single finger, sure.
You mean your distal
Dude, how big
phalanges?
are your fingers? Wait a minute. How big are your
No,
fingers?
he's
What are we
just
talking
talking
here?
about knuckles.
Pickles? Do you have pickles for fingers, man? What the fuck?
No, it's like, okay, there's two knuckles on a finger. It's fine, sure, you got multiple fingers. Usually when we start talking about the knuckles and everything else to the wrist, that means your entire fist. Okay?
Could I have a question?
What if I'm
please?
working with nubs?
Everyone shut up. Like, we're going on so many tangents, which are very worthwhile. But yes, everyone shut up. There's a question.
Who's gonna
You too, Ryoto. Shut up. Nagasuan, come on, let's go.
And the question. Somebody spit it out. Go.
Yeah. Like, come on. Nagasuan, come on, let's go.
So you want to spit on me?
Probably, and that's the reason why I'm trying to hurry this along. Like, you can talk right now. I've got their attention. Like, I can't hold it.
What's the question? What's the context?
We're supposed to be talking about dead
up?
bodies, guys. Those who are joining in, where would you hide your dead bodies?
In my
Oh,
backyard.
cemetery.
I've lost
Are
it,
we talk-
Nagasuan. I tried to hold it for you. I tried to hold it. Now we're gone.
Are we talking about dead bodies that have to be murdered, or
They're in the walls.
Because
You dissolve them chemically. Everyone knows that. Nagasuan, what was your question?
No. The bodies across the border under a dead animal. At least 3 feet.
No, you dissolve
Yes.
them chemically.
Nope. They'll give up on the body.
Dude.
Cadaver dogs and everybody else with a dead animal. Give it.
forest, put it in the forest, deep in the forest where nobody would look.
Everyone looks deep in the
Slender.
forest.
Exactly.
Not
Put
everyone. Depends
a
on the
dead
forest.
animal over it. What are they going to find?
No,
And
you
give
put
up.
them in the drain because no one looks in the drain because you can't.
Bury it right in front of the police station. Nobody would ever guess to look there.
Nagasuan, I
Ooh.
gave you your opening, man.
I'm putting them
did
on
my best.
Sesame Street.
I tried my level best, Nagasuan. I really did.
Well, hey, I appreciate you holding it up for everybody or for whoever had that question, but they kind of lost their turn.
I will scream at you too.
Keeps them asleep.
Only if it's in my
Go.
ear and give me a tight
Pretend to sleep.
squeeze.
Hey! Nagasuan's talking. Talk, Nagasuan. Go, 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 go.
Sleep.
Sleep. That's it?
You want to spoon me, son?
Yeah, kinda, because I just put you up on a tee.
I could use a little spoon. Come on.
God damn it.
Who wants to spoon me? Come on. Come on, spoon me. I dare
And what
you.
though?
No, I
What?
want to be the little spoon. That's what every girl about me gets wrong about me.
You want to masturbate.
Aw,
I got your back.
Face.
I love being
No,
the
it's not even about the
spoon.
masturbation thing. I can't even touch myself anymore. No. I just want to be
It's
a
pretty
little spoon.
sus, dude.
Sometimes,
Pretty
not
sus.
always. Sometimes.
Just suss me in the face.
Hey, you can
Dude,
shut up,
come
Nagasuan. I gave you what, 3 tries?
More than. They're here.
What?
What are you going to do about it?
Nothing. I don't need to.
You just know that I just came.
No, I didn't. But okay.
What's happening?
Come on,
I got
guys.
lost.
Apparently,
Anatomy
you
After
can.
Dark.
Okay.
Nothing
Like,
happened.
That's news to me.
Nothing happened.
Nice.
No, I'm fine. Nothing happened. It's
No,
fine. It's
no,
fine.
he can. He said it.
Let's
That's
be
okay,
mature
bro.
here.
Like, I'm
Let's
not
be-
gonna kink shame. That's okay. Whatever.
Let's be mature here, guys.
All right. Well, I just spent $800 on a bill, and I don't know. I'm gonna call it salty. I'm salty about it.
What's $800 a mortgage?
No. On a build, like a PC build. As in, I'm gonna build the 50.
You're going to get to play Cyberpunk the way it's meant to be played.
Dude, I don't play games. I don't play. I feel like there's a better way to say that. I don't play games. No.
Well, why
no,
the
let me-
fuck are you
I'll try later.
$dollars on a build if you ain't playing no games?
Because I do stuff. Yeah,
Games by video
it's a work thing.
Playing games.
Yeah,
It's a
there's
work
things
thing.
like rendering and all that pizzazz needs the same
Yeah.
stuff a gaming PC does.
Well, what you do? Like, can I hire you to build a 3D rendering of my perfect ideal idea of my body?
I think you've already built that up enough in your head. You don't need to build it up anymore, especially out here,
No,
dude.
well,
Calm the
I'm going
fuck
to pay-
down. I demand calmness. No, I spent I got the 57 Ryzen 7 5700X. It hurt my soul a little bit, but I'm okay.
You spent $800 on
What
one
are
of
you
those things?
doing?
No, God, no. My everything got busted, so that's in everything else. I had to obviously get like a 2060 and the EVGA power supply, which is 750 watts and all that business. So. I hate money, but I also love it, but I hate it. I hate everything. All right, what were we talking about? Were we talking about dicks? No, right?
That sounds like a $1,200 bill.
I'd rather talk
I'm more
about
interested
computer
in what-
parts than talk about sex.
What are we talking about?
That makes sense.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm salty because honestly, the AM5 saga just dropped, as everybody knows.
Ryodo.
So, yes.
So, some of the benchmarks released say that the 5800X 3D outperforms a lot of the newer AM5 processors.
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh my
Obviously,
god, I haven't seen it.
they're going to make 3D Vcache versions of all of them, but still, it's not like you
Yeah,
need
well,
AM5 when that exists.
it's true. I mean, I haven't seen those benchmarks. I kind of focused on what I could fucking afford, you know, because I mean, prices are insane. And because I had to buy a GPU, because I not buy, I made the mistake of buying a G CPU on my first build. I'm never doing that again. I mean, just disgusting, you know, slap, gross, ew, get out of here with
So
the
the question-
integrated graphics and crap.
No, I would pay serious real money if somebody were actually bring me a module from a predator drone that, you know, routinely crashes over.
The question is, what are you gonna be doing with that computer? Are you doing it for work related stuff?
Someone's calling me. Bye. Well, I'll be back in a second.
She does.
She dodged the
She
question.
serves
Sus.
porn with it.
Dodged it.
pretty
It's obviously
sus.
porn.
By the way, if you need a predator drone, I know a guy.
Well,
She did mention something
yeah,
about
the
work
full
before.
set pod with the actual processing core, I will pay some pretty significant money for that.
Are there still microchips that's still being having issue getting for computers? Because I know that's been there for a while. There's issues with that for a while.
Yeah, those issues. Yeah, great.
Since you guys are super mature, I have to step away for a second. So who wants to be promoted to host?
Don't do it to me.
I fancy
No way.
someone who was American.
No, but I thought the whole thing with electronics or computers, it was GPUs was the problem because the whole mining thing. But since that stopped with Ethereum, they're coming down.
Yeah, with the military drones, at least on the American side, we have these things stockpiled for a long, long time, but we sit on them pretty extensively. So when they fall out of the sky, it's a pretty big old deal to the
BRB, guys.
No, I fancy someone who is American.
Yeah.
Merkin, right? Merkin.
Merca. Fuck yeah.
Team America. Fuck yeah.
They need a
But,
Team
yeah,
America
That
too.
was the
Again.
that was the
So fucking popular.
extreme of it, to be honest with you.
Like when that movie came out, I was in air assault school, and holy shit, all of us were in it.
So anyone want to volunteer to be a host?
Sure. What's required? What is the thing?
You just have to have a star next to your name.
No,
And-
that's not it. Because if there was that, you see, I'd have one.
No, I have to promote you. Just, make sure no one. It's kind of an 18+ chat now, so just make sure no one says any racial slurs, please.
No Nazis. Got it.
Yeah, no Nazis.
I did not
Wait,
see
so
that.
it started on you and reflects on you? You just screwed up when you asked people not to do it.
So no lizard men either.
No lizard men.
Depends. Are they Nazis?
Gotcha.
Like, okay, are you a lizard person? And what's going on, lizard band?
Non-gender specific. Are you a lizard?
Lizard person.
Nope, son. Per son. You got son in there. There it is again.
Human being.
Fine.
Are you a lizard human?
Hugh man. You just did it again.
All scaly.
Human.
Good go. Now I'm generalizing. It's all scalies.
All right, Plan. Are you a Plan? I'm promoting you to host. It's happening. You should get a thing about it. You are now host. You have a star next to your name. You have the power now. I'll be back in 15.
Okay.
Plan
There's a lot
whispered everybody saying, hey, let's talk shit after he gets off.
Hey,
Just saying.
Scenario, if anyone turns out to be a Nazi, I'll start clicking on their name a lot, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, just kick them. And then, when people raise their hand, they might want to come up and chat and talk.
Okay.
So you have the power to bring them up.
Yeah,
What?
Literally.
Well, if you're coming over to clean me up, have at it.
Unwhooped Weird, Darling Deer, Silent, and Nilly. I can only see some of the beginnings of your names. Insist 8 Liver. All right, we have some interesting people. Raise your hand.
Go to sleep.
Hey, bro, like, I fought for you. Sometimes, and now there's a star next to my name. So you had to
And
think
again,
wanted to
bro.
as I recall.
We got a sergeant here now, right? Sergeant.
Mate.
Moit.
Okay.
Mate.
Moit.
So about that lizard man, did you find anyone who's a lizard man yet?
Never mind. What's happening down here?
Guy, you scared away Nickerson, man. Jesus, that's been my project for a while. I mean, I'm making fun. I'm not being mean. If that's the way it sounds, then that's not my intent.
Can you print human beings with 3D printers?
Probably yes.
Let's do it.
Brain.
Well, the brain would be the first start. See, that's the thing, is that if one thing cognates, then one thing is a thing. By any rational definition.
I'm pretty sure that 3D printing organs is actually a thing.
Yeah, but we can't really
It is.
brain.
Is that even legal though? Like if you were to just do that one day? Like I don't think so, right?
Not like with an actual 3D printer like made out of plastic.
No, but like if you were just like some
Depends
like
on where
crazy
you're
guy.
at.
No, I
Yes,
mean,
that's along the lines with cloning. Depends on where you live and the whole sanctions and all that.
internationally, you're going to catch some flack because yes, it counts as human cloning. However, if you come up with a reliable way to print, say, a liver or say a heart or say a lung, you're going to get away with it if it's a reliable, producible method.
So we're in 2022 now. Is cloning still considered taboo or not really?
Yes, because we haven't heard it here in the U.S. or anywhere else other than
Jesus
sheep.
Christ. It's not because we haven't heard about it. It's because most countries, even outside of the U.S., ban it, but only in certain limited ways. It's really honest. stupid.
Well, there go my whole life dreams.
I've been told the reason why it's mainly taboo because it's due to religious reasons. Is that? I don't know. Am I
I
wrong on
wouldn't
this?
say it's mainly that way, but that is a political consideration. Yes.
I mean, if you get caught, that's one thing too, right? Like if you don't get caught, imagine the people that are like just like I'm in my lab and I'm like cloning people.
Yeah, yeah. How many people do you think can get that much money and that much resources and that much fucking equipment and can like hide it? That's ridiculous. Like
Fair point.
Like the closest as I've ever seen, and I sit around and watch this whole bullshit all the time, is the Tokyo sarin attacks. Is the closest that ever got, and that was stupid. They were trying to puncture plastic bags with umbrella stands, like. Yeah, no, yeah. I'll try to say that one. That was ridiculous. But
I'll have to look that up when I get home. Sounds interesting.
I mean, it was a pretty significant bioterror attack within.
Was that the one on the subway where they like poked the newspapers or whatever and like released the gas?
Plastic bags, but yeah.
Or yeah.
And honestly, even considering the method they were seeking to attack, they didn't even really kill too many people. Now, that's not to diminish what happened. What happened was terrible, and these guys were idiots in many important ways. And thank God they weren't even slightly smarter than they could have been.
Yeah, that would have been a whole like other thing.
Thousands is what I would say if it was like that. Fortunately, it was a few dozen, probably with a few thousand more injured, which is bad also.
Are you talking about sarin gas?
The Tokyo subway attacks, yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, I'm a bit cavalier about a whole lot of things, but screw those people, screw everything they were looking at. That was some bullshit, and thank God that they were the way.
Some fucked up shit, right?
Pretty much, yes.
I could say it's screwed up, but with what you're saying along the lines, if they were a little bit smarter, those are, well, I guess a little more initiative for anything. The ones that weren't out there getting hit, that steered them that way.
What's the noise?
Wait, you're trying to say that they only attacked the subways because somebody else told them to?
Oh, so you're saying that was everybody that
Yeah, I go to sleep.
was involved. There's everybody who went out there was
No.
involved or planning.
No, I'm not saying anybody was anybody. What are you saying? I'm saying because now you're
Well,
saying that I take offense to that.
Well, I apologize for you taking offense to it, but puppets.
All right, which puppets are you alluding to? Because as I recall, the subway attacks were caused by a extremely specific group that were hanging out in Australia of all places right before that.
Okay.
Okay.
So all of them were there, right? Whoever
All
came
who?
up with the whole thing.
So are you alluding that there must have been some cabal that was planning it that had international reach?
No, I never said that. What I
No.
was getting at is you're pretty much narrowing it to they were all there.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Well, then you're correct.
What are you alluding to? Because you're trying to pull layers. So say your position is.
On what? With sarin attacks? Yeah, there was more higher up and steering, pulling
Higher
out,
up,
moving on to something else. Let's
No.
go ahead and go with your cabal.
No, I'm okay with this. Higher up and steric?
Bedtime.
Yeah, I am tired. Sorry, but no. Most
Like, why higher up is what I would ask. I'm not
did I
necessarily.
use that term?
Now, steric, I'm ignoring, but why would it take a higher up assault in order to transport certain approximately, and I'm using American measurement units because I
That's
was
fine.
familiar
You can
with
use meters,
one
imperial, or
1.5 foot by approximately 1 foot boxes into a sub
Mhm.
that I could hire a bunch of high schoolers to do that if I really wanted to, and it would cost me about $20.
What was the purpose behind this all in general?
Or the
It
purpose
showed that,
behind it all in general?
yeah,
All right. What are you alluding to be the purpose? Because the purpose itself is exemplified by the people who died doing it.
following a cause.
Don't know what?
Following a cause.
No, of course they were following a cause. That's axiomatic.
I have to interject for a second. What does axiomatic mean?
They died for a cause because they're a cause. What I'm basically saying in an academic sense is that you're saying nothing. Because, okay, they died for a cause.
Oof.
Yeah, that's cool. That's great. What are you saying? Like, get to the point. Come on, speed it up.
Gotcha.
Of course they died for a cause. I would imagine none of us would accidentally cause a bioterror attack. I mean, I hope not. Jesus.
I mean, if you really hate humanity that much, I can see a reason why.
Well, I mean, people get mad at me a lot because I'll sit here and talk like the Taliban dude, or I'll sit here and talk about, in this case, the Japanese guy who thought he was Jesus. And I'll speak it in those terms, and I'll contextualize what this concern may be. So their concern, as I recall it, was basically a religious fundamental, very specific kind, and that specific kind was a specific person who believed that he was the son of God, blah blah blah. As I recall, quite a bit by saying blah blah blah, and I'm usually pretty.
No, you're covering the fluff that goes into it with blah blah blah, and I totally respect that.
Well, it's because I don't respect their entire position. Like, if you want to get into the details, I totally will. I read that guy's manifesto. I read that guy's religious text. I read his biography. I read his testimony.
No, you're doing exactly what you're asking everybody else to do. Get to the point with blah blah blah, skipping over all the fluff. Or I'm wrong. I'm, you're making your